Formulating an economic question is an essential part of conducting economic research and writing a research paper. In this video, we're going to discuss how to formulate economic questions. An economic question fits into the framework of topic, questions, and hypotheses. First, we need to choose a research topic. The research topic is the general area or theme that a paper will address, or the policy that you're studying. So the idea here is to provide a very high-level way to think about the topic or the question, the general area that you're interested in. So you might say, I'm interested in understanding the effect of paying college athletes. So your research topic is paying college athletes. Given your research topic, we next have to choose a research question. What is the relationship that you'll be investigating in this paper or exploring in this paper? This is now more detailed. We've gone down a layer in this topic, question, hypothesis framework to ask a very specific question. It can vary a lot. It depends on the topic of your paper. What is the effect of soft drink taxes on BMI, on body mass index, and therefore on obesity? That research question is going to lead to research hypotheses. And these hypotheses are potential answers to your research question, and they're going to be related to the mechanism that you're proposing or thinking about in terms of how your policy and your answers are related. Crucially, a hypothesis must be falsifiable. That is, there has to be a test you can do that will yield a yes or no answer. If it's not falsifiable, it doesn't actually satisfy the hypothesis. It does not allow you to ask a question and get an answer that will progress the literature forward. It will provide new knowledge. So let's look at an example using the paper, The Effects of Soft Drink Taxes on Child and Adolescent Consumption and Weight Outcomes. We'll find the research topic, research question, and research hypothesis. The research topic, as you can see here, while soft drink taxes have been used for decades as a way to raise revenues, lately there's been an increasing number of proposals to considerably increase these taxes in order to combat the rapidly growing obesity epidemic in the United States. So the research topic for the paper is soft drink taxes, and if you want to narrow it down a little bit, the effect of soft drink taxes on obesity. The specific research question, in this paper we combine newly collected soft drink tax data between 1989 and 2006 with the restricted access version of the Nationally Representative National Health Examination and Nutrition Survey, NHANES, in order to examine the effects of soft drink taxes on child and adolescent soft drink consumption, substitution patterns, and weight outcomes. So now they've gone from this high-level question of what is the effect of soft drink taxes on obesity to saying, okay, let's narrowly ask questions about soft drink consumption, substitution between soft drinks and other beverages, and weight outcomes. And their hypotheses are that soda taxes could cause substitution to other high-calorie beverages and increase or have no effect on net caloric intake. In the extreme, these potential substitution patterns could result in a case where individuals consume no soda but offset soda consumption with other high-calorie beverages such as fruit juice, juice drinks, or whole milk. Now, I skipped over the lead-in part to this research hypothesis, which is the fact that as you increase soft drink taxes, soft drink consumption itself should go down. So that is the topic, question, and hypothesis for this paper. Now, mechanisms are how we connect policies to outcomes. So it's going to be helpful to think about mechanisms that a paper proposes. And the mechanism is what connects a policy to an outcome. In this case, it connects soda taxes to reduce soda consumption and reflects economic theory. How does it do that? Let's think about this. So we have a soda tax, and the claim is that it's going to reduce soda consumption. And really, what we're using here is we're just using a supply and demand diagram. And the economic prediction is that soft drink taxes decrease consumption of soft drinks. So as you apply a tax, the supply curve is going to shift to the left to a new supply plus tax curve, and that supply plus tax curve has a lower quantity consumed. So that is how we get from the soda tax to reduced soft drink consumption. And we then relate that to a lower BMI. Here we're thinking about a biological model that says, well, if I'm reducing calories consumed of soft drinks, I should end up with a lower body weight. But there's another economic prediction, right? So we talked about how soft drink taxes will decrease consumption of soft drinks, but it also increases consumption of substitutes. So as we shift this demand curve to the right, because of the tax imposed on soft drinks, the quantity consumed of other drinks goes up. So this raises a second potential mechanism that says, you know what? The soda tax might increase consumption of other high-calorie drinks, which will lead to a higher BMI. So we've got that economic mechanism through the biological model to get to our outcome of a higher BMI, which really means that we have some degree of ambiguity in terms of what is the effect of the soda tax, because you have one force, the reduction in soft drink consumption, that could push for a lower BMI, and another force, the increased consumption of other high-value drinks, high-calorie drinks, that could lead to a higher BMI. And the net effect is actually ambiguous, which is a very nice feature of this paper, makes it interesting regardless of what happens. Now, an overall strategy for developing a research question can really be broken into a handful of steps. Choose a policy that interests you, and you're going to be working on that over the next few weeks. Start reading the relevant economic literature. Next week we'll start doing that. And then identify common themes, gaps, and conflicting findings in the literature. So if you remember back to the first week of class when I talked about writing a paper, one of the things I said was identifying a hole is in literature review, or a hole in the literature is a very useful way to conclude that you have a good research question. Now, what makes a good research question is it must be clear, specific, well-defined, narrow in scope, interesting, important, and feasible. So I want to focus in on clear, specific, well-defined, and narrow in scope. So those first four, right? We want a research question that isn't vague. It shouldn't be open to interpretation of what you mean by the various words in your research question. It should be specific. I should know exactly what policy you're studying. I should know what outcomes you're thinking of. It should be narrow in scope. So don't specify a research question that says you're going to model the entire world, because that's a very broad question. Something more narrow is more suitable overall for an economics research paper. So with that in mind, good luck.